Good evening and welcome to Speaker Club Inner Circles. Friday night, there's no number to it right now because we are in these Friday night open sessions which happen every Friday of the fourth Friday of every month. We have already been into a new exciting journey of Speaker Club Inner Circle with the Speak Up Mastery program, which is ongoing currently, in which they are the people that you see with the name ICM underscore their name are the members of that community. And we visit and we meet every Friday at 8 p.m. and work on our communication skills with certain program structure that we have and keep working on developing and on that over the week. While coming to today's session, what's your republic? Today is Republic Day, and so it was an apt theme that we thought of what should we talk about or what should be the theme for today's session. And it is an open mic, so please note there's no gyan sharing of something specific about public speaking or anything like that. It's going to be you speaking and you sharing your perspectives, your thoughts, your ideas, and the things that you want to share. Please note the inner circle members have come prepared with a 2-minute speech, which they will be delivering as a part of it. Apart from that, others can surely share their ideas and their thoughts for a period of up to 2 minutes. Sri Krishna, if it's possible for you to be the timer, is Sri Krishna here?
Yes,
Yes. Can you play the timer? Okay. In the meantime, you begin. Let me get going with the theme. While we all celebrate Independence Day with great reverence, 1947, 15th August. It's a great feeling to be independent, freedom, and what we call as doing what we want and doing by what we believe in and doing what we want. Then why do we celebrate Republic Day? What are your thoughts on it? Why do we celebrate the Republic Day? You can just unmute and speak up.
this is the day our constitution got, like, we implemented our constitution. We accepted the constitution in Jan 26.
Okay.
The historic perspective. I would say.
Historic perspective, there's a date that the Constitution of India was accepted and became active from that day. Interesting. Any other thoughts on fundamentally why do we the relevance of the date and the Constitution coming into the picture is okay, but fundamentally why do we need a Republic Day if we already having independence?
So we can know to what extent can we use our freedom?
To what extent can we use our freedom?
Yeah, and what? Yeah, like we can't uh, show our independence in every aspect of the life. Like there should be some scenarios where we can't assume or expect freedom for us.
So
But
how are we free then?
I mean, there are some
So,
issues like you can't speak whatever you want in a public.
Then who decides I should speak something or you should speak something or how should you speak or what are the rules?
It's like if something is defaming anyone in the public platform or in a public place, then it can be considered as an offense or something like that.
Interesting. So there's a decorum to it. There's a idea of the fundamental understanding of what is acceptable and what is not. Vijaya, go ahead. After that, Kazmi.
uh,
Kazmi, go ahead.
yes, sure. Wanted to share that, see, on this day, the Constitution was drafted and it is our rules, India's rule, not British's rule. So that's a moment to celebrate. So we are celebrating a moment where our rules will dictate our country and not their rules.
Interesting. As a child, I still remember the rules that were followed or the rules that were said by my parents or my teachers was something which was not acceptable to me. And so I decided it will be my life, my rules. And that's how I believe I started to get my republic. Interesting. Thank you for that perspective. Vijaya.
For me, what is the thing? Ki Independence Day, so it's a celebration of freedom. But for controlling, for enjoying that freedom, na, we need rules and regulations, duties, na, what we have to do. So for that, na, control भी होना जरूरी है ना, freedom के साथ. So because of that, we have to enjoy both freedom and control. So for that, we are celebrating two things.
One very interesting context that I would like to put here. When we're talking of freedom, when we're talking of republic per se, there's another country that got freedom one day before us. It also has its own republic. There are many other countries which have got freedom and they have got their republic as well. To talk of it, Pakistan, as an example, also has its republic. But the sad state of the affairs of the country are, despite having the republic, despite having the rule book, And the other countries like Singapore, very well developed countries which follow by the rule and have great rules and great respect for the republic or the constitution which they follow, and they're able to. So how important is it just about, is it just about the rules that we have or the spirit with which we follow the rules? So it's not just about the rules that we have, but also about the spirit, which makes us follow. In spirit, we follow it, not because someone has told us to do it, but also we are doing it. So with that context, I would just like to open it, because I told you it's not going to be a Gyan session. It's going to be a session where each one of y'all are going to share your perspectives about what are your rules in your life that you follow, and how does that impact your life? Does it make it better? Does it make it painful? Does it make it challenging? What are the rules that you live by? I want each one of you all to just share your thoughts and your perspectives. And if I find something interesting there, I'll pick it up and accordingly be the MC for the session, be the host, while trying to build on something that you have shared, something insightful. With that, let's get going with someone who would like to come first and share their thoughts about what's your republic. Who's going to go first? Not go, I mean to say come on stage. Yes, Uma ma'am, our usual, our regular guest, our regular first timer, I would say, initiator. Uma, the stage is yours. Sri Krishna, can you time, please? Can you start the timer? Okay. Once you start, you can start the timer. You can stop and start again. Uma, the stage is yours. Over to you.
Hey, Dad, I've got the first prize in the speaking contest. I have 1,000 rupees. I ran excitedly to my father. Oh, that's great, Uma. Wonderful. You can spend that amount however you want. But remember, you have to give an account for it. There came the hook. I had the freedom to spend that money, but I was accountable for it too. I had the responsibility of giving the account to my father. Yes, friends, along with freedom comes responsibility also. We got our freedom in 1947. Very soon came our Republic Day also, where the rules were formed and we were asked to follow those rules. Are these rules limiting or liberating? Is the question. Imagine you are having a car, you buy a car, you know some little to drive, but you don't have a driving license and you just take the car and go out. What will happen? Chaos, right? So you need a driving license, you need to follow the traffic rules, and then everything will be fine. So you have a responsibility to drive properly so that you are also safe and people on the road are also safe. So just like that, in life too, we should have certain rules which will lead us, which will liberate us. So I have 3 rules in my life, which I call my constitution. Law 1, law of acceptance. Whatever comes to me, I learn to take it because it is my responsibility. What has happened is because of me. So I have to accept it. The law of karma. So whatever universe gives, I'm ready to accept. No complaints, no grumbling, no asking why me. I have learned to accept and I'm becoming a better version of myself. Law 2, law of giving unconditionally. They say the more you give, the more you get. Just like the sun and the flowers which bloom unconditionally and the sun which gives light, I also feel I should give whatever I have in excess to others. In that way, I feel I'm enriched. Then finally, the law 3, law of commitment. Whatever task I take up, I see that I give 100% to that. I have some satisfaction of giving 100% whenever I do something. So these are the 3 laws which govern my life and make me a liberating person. Dear friends, what are the rules that govern your life? Do you have some rules which govern your life and which constitute your republic? Do tell me about that. Over to you.
Thank you, Inner Circle member Toastmaster Uma Natraj. It was wonderful to listen to that revering speech with regard to the details and the conviction with which you spoke. Set it up well and share the 3 laws that govern your life. Interesting laws, I must say. Acceptance, giving, and commitment. What was the third one, ma'am? Commitment. Okay. Interesting. Thank you for those things, for those wonderful laws that you set up, and something that has helped you in becoming a better version, and there's something that you follow. Possibly they are laws, I think, what define you. When you talk of people, when you look at people's image, as an example, if I tell Madhu's name right now, there'll be certain images which will come to my mind of who is Madhu. And if you dig deeper and understand who is Madhu, it will be these laws that Madhu stands by that defines who Madhu is. Possibly that is what the Republic does to us. That is what the Constitution or the rules or the laws that we follow and stick by and stand by, come what may, is what helps us build our credibility, build our image of who we want to be and how we are perceived. Thank you, ma'am, for that. Who's coming up next? Just share whatever your laws are or whatever thoughts you have about today's theme. Madhu, go ahead.
Yeah.
So, Krishna,
Thank you, Rahul.
once he starts.
Yeah. Good evening, everyone. How many of you went to many times temples, right? There is a big queue. How many times you followed 100% the queue in a systematic way? Like there is a chance. No. Just we can skip because anyway, this is big line. And we went to parks, and there is a big boards. Please don't throw the dust, in the park. There are the dustbins. How many times exactly you're following the rule? If no one is there, are you really following it? Or in front of the people only you're following? So these are the questions. If I ask myself, I'm the person. I don't know. Earlier I used to follow when I wanted to follow, but later I make this as my rules, because if earlier if anyone wanted to remember me, I just wanted to suppose if I am there. No. I don't want to do in front of the model, because they believe that I always do like this. So I wanted to share my personal rules, which make me little like systematic and given respect on the people. Whether if people are there or not, just I try to follow the rules. Like wanted to travel left side of the road, or walking time, or throw the dust in the dustbin, and whatever the good things we have as a society we have, I wanted to follow blindly, because it has some with belief we started using that, and I'm very happy by following that. I'm always happy, because if sometimes we skip it, definitely if somebody casts us, I don't sleep that day. Earlier it happened to me. So but slowly I started myself these rules as a habit, and it is it's like my routines. Every day definitely I'll follow this. Then every day I'll sleep happy, because I just always follow. No one cannot point out to me. So that's make me like I don't need to bother about others, other whether what people are thinking about me. That's really helped me to be like how I am right now. So that's my some of the principles I'm following it. Thank you.
Thank you, Madhu. That was wonderfully captured with regard to the idea of why you follow the rules. But what I loved even more, that the result that you talked about of how you sleep well when you follow the rules is something which is fundamental for all of us to learn. Forget about what everyone else says. The one line that I took from your speech was, what do you do when nobody sees you? And I believe the entire fundamental principle that is linked to that is your self-esteem. When you do the things that you believe in right, it is right, or it is a thing which is to be done by me, or what is acceptable to me, invariably, every time, even when nobody's seeing that, when you follow that, you rise a bit in your own eyes. And that's the power of the rule that you believe in and following the rule that you believe in. Thank you, Madhu, for that wonderful message. Who's coming up next? Rabia, go ahead. Subhash, I'll come to you next.
Hello, good evening, everyone. It's really nice to see you all once again. After
Okay.
a year, I can say.
Rabia, 1 second.
Yeah.
Please note for everyone, there's a timer going on in Sri Krishna's screen. So
Okay.
each one of us has an opportunity to speak for 2 minutes or 2.5 minutes. So
Okay.
please use that so that all of us get a chance.
Sure.
Rabia, your time starts now. Over to you.
So the rules which are meant to be for the comfort and not for the discomfort of everyone, that is how we follow for. And according to me, my rules of life, I can say, is the first one which I prefer is to say and wish everyone the moment I enter into my institution or to wherever I go, be a smaller one or an elder one. First thing first I do is to wish each and every person in my institution, because that is the only place which I go every day. So from the peon to the principal, I'm the first one to wish. And the people have a problem, like sometimes they say that because of you we need to, because most of the people do not do these days. They ignore, they just go by and they try to escape, but I do. And with me sometimes they have a problem with, they say no, we won't come with you because you always do and we have to do it. That is the first rule which is for my comfort or my matlab satisfaction I do. But they don't like it, it's up to them, I don't care much about it, because that is not the wrong thing which I'm doing, I feel. The second rule which I just follow, but it never happens. The thing is that I wish that I should, sometimes something happens in one's life that you get hurt by someone's speech or words or something, and then I'll try to miss, it's natural that I get upset. And I feel that the other person should understand that is the reason for which I am upset with. But the person in front of me never take that thing, because if I get upset, they start complaining that why am I being different from them. And that is the rule which I found want to follow and want to apply for to make them understand, but they fail to understand. So that rule doesn't apply to me at all. That is still a long lasting desire, I can say, that people should understand and try to say that what actually had happened. But I, the first one, have to go and say that okay, let it be, and I have to forego. And the third one which I can say is the rules are actually is meant to be followed, but people generally feel that rules are meant to be broken, which is not the thing which I feel like. So according to me, once you have given a word, you have to do it. When I give a word to someone, I try to do it, commit to the 100%, as I can say. Thank you.
Interesting. Thank you. Thank you, Rabia. Very well said and wonderful laws. Some that you follow deep rootedly and something that you live by and something that you wish to learn. It's always good to embrace or accept that this is something that I wish to do and learn in the part of the process for becoming a better person. Thank you for that wonderful thing. The first rule is what I loved the most when you said you do irrespective of what others think. And sometimes people are forced to do because you are doing it. What I love about this rule is show people the standard that you are made of. When you follow the rules that you have set for yourself, when you do things because you believe in it, it showcases an example to people of what you are and they respect you for that. Might be at that point, if they're forcefully wanting to do it, it's a different matter, but they get a perception of who you are and what you stand for. And living by that is a wonderful thing to do. Thank you, Rabia. Next, we have Subhash. Siddharth, I'll come to you after Subhash. Subhash.
Yeah,
Sri
Sri Krishna. Okay. Those who have the gold makes the rules, but one who live by the rules turns everything to gold. Yes, I also have the 3 golden rules in my life. The first rule, it was already covered by Rabia. Yeah, that's kindness. Kindness is something I have it inborn and gifted by my mother. So I got it from her actually. So it costs nothing to be kind to anyone who come across in your life. Naturally, I'm not an extrovert who go friendly with others, but due to this kindness behavior, more people get attracted to me and become friends. So yeah, and also make me to adopt to any environment easily with this kindness. And second, I would say is consistency in my rule book. Imagine getting ready to run a marathon in all in one day. Is that something doable? No, definitely not. By taking small steps and running consistently every day, you can eventually achieve the marathon or anything, thanks to the compounding effort of your efforts over a period of time. Similarly, whatever you do consistently, even without perfection, fetch results. Yeah, I'm just trying hard to inculcate this rule in every aspect of my life, but still I'm trying, but definitely I will achieve it. Third is the thrilling rule, that is to move out of my comfort zone. I'm currently working in a organization that's the number 6th organization. In every organization, I have performed well. I got a best employer award, team award, etc. But I could have stayed there easily in my company, any company near to my native, who speaks my mother tongue, but I didn't do that because you may think that I switched companies because of getting hike or something, good perks, but more than money, I prefer to not to be in my comfort zone. I want to explore opportunities, more opportunities that makes life more thrilling and adventurous. Yeah, so that's it. Let's make kindness as the default setting. Consistency is the key progress towards your goal, and adventure begins when you move out of your comfort zone. This is the secret to turn everything to gold, isn't it? What do you think?
Thank you, Subhash. It's fascinating to see the kind of work that we are doing inside the inner circle and the detailing that we are getting into. I'm in awe of the entire setup of the storyline that you presented and the opening and the closing. Very well done. Thanks to you for that. The beautiful part about Subhash's speech was it wasn't about just philosophy. It was about how the rules are applicable or what he's doing in his professional life as well and in his goals that he wants to achieve. Some rules are not just about the moral idea of what we're talking of here. They are also about the principles that help him stay consistent in the three things that he mentioned about the kindness or being consistent, and the other elements that he presented were also focused on how he's focusing on developing in professionally. Very well done, Subhash. Thank you for that wonderful speech. Who's coming up next? Who's there? Yes, Siddharth, go ahead. Siddharth, can you come on video? If it blocks, I will tell you if there's a lag or something. Otherwise, it's okay.
Yeah, it's okay. I mean, I can. I was
We
just
have
having my
Sri
breakfast.
Krishna, we have Sri Krishna as a timer. Once you start, he'll be sharing the timer.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
sure.
Good to see you here today again.
So, yeah, hi guys. So I can start, right? Yeah. So there are many rules that are set up in every person's life. Some are basically from family, some are basically from society, some from the Indian Constitution itself. But there are rules which we set for ourselves. So as to make my life happier and easier, I set few rules for myself as well. But one rule which I completely follow, like whatsoever it is, because it's told by a wise person that the thing that doesn't change is change itself and nothing else. So for that reason, the only rule that I support is break your rules when necessary. Because if you see, there is an epic Mahabharata, and I really keep that Mahabharata and Bhagavad Gita as one of the bridge that builds your life in a very efficient manner. I really went through both the things. So in which I am fascinated with one of the character called Bhishma. There is a situation where something wrong was happening in front of him, but he already promised to keep quiet in whichever situation, because of which he supported the wrong thing. And he just got a death which was termed as a villain's death because he was on a negative side, even though he lived a life like a hero. So only because of one mistake, his whole life, which was termed to be the best of the best, as he had to die a hero's death, but unfortunately died a villain's death. Because of that one thing, when his death comes near, Sri Krishna always says that rules are good to have, but they have to be broken when something wrong is happening. If I say that I am not gonna do something in a situation and I see that is something wrong, I have to just let it go. But again, just breaking rules, is that good or bad? Again, there are two new characters in Mahabharata, which is Shakuni and Sri Krishna. Both of them believed that breaking the rules is right, and they have done what was necessary according to their imagination. But still, when Krishna comes in, we say he's a Nayak, and when Shakuni comes in, we say he's a Kal Nayak. And that's the basic difference between following the rules with imagination and breaking them up. So yeah, that's the rule that I always follow.
Thank you, Siddharth. Very deep-rooted thought and insightful talk, I must say, with regard to the perspective that you brought in the Bhagavad Gita and the perspective that you shared with the characters from there. The very example that you mentioned here, a thing for us, all of us to ponder. When you say Bhishma was the character of a hero's life, and then one mistake or one break of rule, and suddenly he became the villain. Here, I would like to present this idea where there are times when we are doing things, but it is that subtle moment when the test of that rule comes and where we break it. Because all through the good times, we could very easily say, okay, this is a rule, I'm following it, I'm doing it. But the test of the rule or how strongly you believe in it comes at that moment where you're deciding. Again, I'm not into that moral judgment about what was right and what was good. Because equally as much as you call right and wrong as black and white, our life is actually in the shades of gray. What is worser than the worst choice and relatively lesser worse? Or what is a good and a better choice than what is being done good? The choices that you are talking of, there is the area where our entire life ponders it. Because black and white, you say to slap someone, you can say black and white, no, it's bad. But the same thing put in a different context, while you're protecting someone, to protect someone and then fighting back, could be in a gray area and where you're saying it's the right thing to do. For me to stop years of harassment, one slap could be the answer. But in black and white, you could see the slap as the wrong thing to do. But yet, in the gray area, it will be the right thing to do. So, one effect of this is how we use the idea of rationalizing whether we are using the rules or breaking the rules. When we look at our convenience to break a rule, it falls under breaking the rule. When we look at breaking the rule in the broader picture and for the better of the wider context, when you're breaking it for that reason, the entire narrative changes, that it is not manipulative or it is not for yourself that you're doing something.
Exactly.
And that's the entire idea. You see a lot of challenges in our life where we are breaking the rules and it backfires on us is when it is with your ulterior motive for you. While if it is done for the greater good, even the wrong step or breaking the rule could be appreciated or could be the right thing to do at that point in time. Subjective, questionable, and a lot of challenges in that process also. But it's your conscious that makes a difference. Someone gave a speech already about how I look at myself. Madhu, going to sleep, even if you have done something, broken the rule, and you can still go to sleep, because if you believe that you have done with a wider and a bigger picture in mind, you could still go to sleep. That's the idea. Thank you, Siddharth, for that wonderful, insightful talk with that context, characters, and the spiritual journey behind it. Who's coming up next? We have Ellen. Ellen, Tirupati?
Yeah, ready. Yeah, I'm ready.
Ellen, Tirupati?
Parani?
Where are you from? Where did you go? I can see the bald head.
That place called Parani, Murugan.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Interesting. Thank you. Sri Krishna, the time ends, and then the stage is yours.
Yeah. I don't need approval or validation from others. I make my own rules. This is how I'm living. So, childhood, they used to tell you don't go out, I will go. Teachers, they used to tell you need to write first 1 mark, 2 mark, 5 mark. I used to write 5 mark first, like that. So like that only I started my life also. I have 3 simple rules. I'm following this long back also. So give respect or love all. That you need to give respect all. I have faced one small thing. So we went trip. So that time we supposed to call my friend uncle. So we thought someone, one small age person, he is speaking like that. His voice is like that. So my friend, spoke very rudely something. I spoke with him very nicely. This is how like that. Reason I used to give 2 years old or 50 years old. I will not say, I will give respect first. So like that, that situation what happened after seeing him, he is the uncle. So we thought one small friends or something speaking to us like that. So from there I realized, okay, what we are doing, we have to continue that one. So always give respect all. So learn from mistakes. Second one is learn from mistake. So I used to do a lot of mistakes. All will do, but I will do much. So I will try to do. They will tell you have to do like this. I will try to do something. My office also they know. They say instead of they explain to me, they used to tell, okay, you can do your own, like that. But results should be good. But one thing I will used to think,
it should not affect to others. Whatever we are doing should not affect, but we will do whatever experiment like that. In science also, what while doing something, pipette purette will be there. Something I clashed, my shirt and everything gone. Reason that acid, my friend and everything, he said, you did something. Why I actually in my shirt also happened like this? He asked. So third one, what I will do, always thank my parents and my friends. Reason, my parents, they are given a lot of freedom to me. How the India got freedom, after that we can do everything. Like that in my life, they're given entire life freedom. Even my marriage also, I told I'm going to marry her. They said okay. So like that, my entire life, they're given freedom. So my friends also, there lot of things they helped me. So this is my three things. One is give respect to all, learn from mistakes. Always thanks parents and friends. Thank you.
Thank you, Lakshmi. Wonderful speech and the three wonderful rules that you shared. One thing that is special about Ellen is about the fact of his naturally inclination towards humor and the way he speaks, and he brings in humor and keeps the environment lighter. And it's wonderful to see him leveraging that very skill, even while he's delivering a speech which is about the rules about life. He still has that lighter undertone and enjoys the way he speaks. Thank you, Ellen, for that wonderful speech. Saikiran, video.
Yeah.
Saikiran,
Hi.
the timer is Sri Krishna. The stage is all yours.
Yeah, thank you. So the first rule of my life I follow since childhood is respect to elders. I have my elder brother who used to in my childhood I had my elder sister also who used to sometimes play with my grandmother and sometimes make some funny jokes on her that she's something so meticulous or so uh, adamant at something, but I always felt that they need to be given a kind ear. And I used to sit beside her and listen to her troubles and whatever she says without any frustration or anything. So I just felt we need to learn experience from the experience of our elders and respect them. The second rule in my life I follow is to be honest. I uh, I think that being honest and an open person makes you explore the new open yourself to the nature and take in the things and explore and be innovative in life. That is what my belief is. So sometimes I get my friends make joke that a child is just reacting when angry when I'm angry and happy whenever I'm happy. So I don't care about those remarks because that is what I am. I am open from within to outside. And the third important rule I follow is to uh, I think it is being sincere at you whatever you do, especially at time. I mean, in life, being punctual and giving respect to time is something I have done from my when I was small, because we need to respect everyone's time, and being on time makes me what you say, yeah, sleep good at night. That I was indeed res- um, made others feel comfortable with my punctuality. Thank you.
Thank you, Saikiran. Wonderfully spoken and wonderful ideas that you shared over there. Uh, Madhu, everyone is inspired with your sleeping at night well idea, and everyone is copying that. Everyone is referring to, okay, Madhu does that, I am also doing it. Come on. Thank you for that idea. Vijaya, you had something to share? Unmute.
हेलो एवरीवन. हाँ, तो मेरा जो रूल्स है ना, वो लास्ट 3 ईयर से सब चेंज हो गया पूरे लाइफ. सो आई एम गोइंग टू शेयर दोज
अब
व्हिच आई
पति
एम
बोल
फॉलोइंग
अब पति
फ्रॉम
बोलता है,
लास्ट
तुम
3
तुम
ईयर्स.
बदल गए हो, तुम बदल गए हो.
हाँ, बिल्कुल. बदल चेंज इज क्या बोलते हैं ना, चेंज इज कंपल्सरी. दैट इज So सबसे first what I learned ना, that is self love. आप कैसे भी दिखते हो, कैसे भी हो, कैसी भी सिचुएशन में हो, ठीक है, आप खुद से प्यार करो. अगर आप खुद से प्यार करोगे, आप बदल जाओगे, आपकी लाइफ बदल जाएगी. सेकेंड पॉइंट, व्हाट आई लर्न, अंडरस्टैंड अदर्स. है ना, बहुत बहुत बार हम खुद दूसरों को अंडरस्टैंड नहीं करते हैं. मेरे पास जब कार नहीं थी ना, तो मेरे को लगता था कि कितने पास से ले गया कार, समझ में नहीं आती क्या, कार चलाते नहीं आती क्या. बट नाउ आई एम हैविंग कार, आई एम डूइंग दैट. ओके, सो साइकिल वाला गाड़ी वाले को नहीं समझेगा, गाड़ी वाला कार वाले को नहीं समझेगा, कार वाला ट्रक वाले को नहीं समझेगा. ओके, सो नाउ आई अंडरस्टैंड कि मैं पास से ले गई, उसकी फीलिंग क्या है वो मुझे समझ में आ गई, है ना. तो सेकंड पॉइंट इज अंडरस्टैंड अदर्स, है ना, कि क्या सिचुएशन में कैसा है, तो आप रिएक्ट मत करो, आप भी ये करते हो, ठीक है. थर्ड इज डिटर्मिनेशन एंड कंसिस्टेंसी. वो तो देखा ही आपने भी, अभी 273 डेज हो गए मुझे रनिंग करते करते. वंस सबको पता है यहाँ कि एक समय ऐसा था जब मैं वॉक भी नहीं कर पाती थी 50 meters because of some medical issues. Now I am running 21 kilometers, half marathons. Okay, so it's like that because of my determination and my consistency na. 50 मीटर चली, 100 मीटर चली, 1 किलोमीटर, 3, 5, 10, 15, 21 now. Okay, so it took me around 2 years to get that क्या बोलेंगे ना, at that level. ठीक है. Fourth is help others. जब आप दूसरों को हेल्प करोगे ना, यूनिवर्स विल हेल्प यू. ओके, राइट नाउ आई एम गेटिंग 2-3 कॉल्स एवरी डे. मुझे ये प्रॉब्लम है, मुझे ये प्रॉब्लम है. आई एम टेकिंग कॉल्स, आई एम नॉट चार्जिंग फीस फॉर दैट. एंड व्हाट हैपेंड, आई वांट टू लर्न तेलुगु, ओके, दैट लैंग्वेज. एंड वन आंटी कम्स टू माय होम, शी ऑर्डर्ड मी कुकीज, एंड ऐसे मैंने बोला, यू विल टीच मी तेलुगु? शी सेड यस. मैंने कहा, व्हाट इज योर फीस? नथिंग. And it's around 2 months she is teaching me every day without any fees, है ना. तो if you are doing something, universe will give you in return. That is fourth thing. Fifth thing is that turn up negative into positive. मेरे पिछले वाले फोटो मैंने क्लिक करके रखे थे 90 kgs वाले. Now I am like this, so I am sharing that. So that negative photos, negative नहीं बोलूंगी, that photo now is what is my, I am getting clients with from that. ओके, कि मैं ऐसी थी, मैं ऐसी हो गई, आई लॉस्ट 28 kgs, कम यू कैन आल्सो लूज वेट. ओके, फोर एंड लास्ट वन इज कॉन्फिडेंस. ठीक है, कॉन्फिडेंस के साथ यहाँ सब इंग्लिश बोल रहे हैं, ठीक है, आई एम स्पीकिंग इन हिंदी, बट दैट इज ऑल्सो इन कॉन्फिडेंस. सो दैट इज द पॉइंट, लर्न एंड बी इन कंफर्ट, योर कंफर्ट जोन. ठीक है, अपने कंफर्ट जोन में रहो कि मैं ये जो कर रही हूँ ना वो बहुत अच्छा है, सही है.
Thank you, Vijaya. Wonderful. I love the 6 pointers. Who's coming up next? And we have seen Vijaya over a period of time when she was a regular consistent member in the inner circle, in the Speak Up Club, and the journey that she has gone through. Wonderful. Who's up next? Sankeet or Sri Krishna?
Yeah.
Sri Krishna, you can start your own time.
Yeah. Yeah.
You set the rules, you follow the rules, you break the rules. Your choice. Go ahead.
Good evening, everyone. So, when it comes to rules, I don't know these are rules or something like that, but these are 3 rules I follow. The first rule is never waste food. This is something which I have from childhood. Whenever I always, whenever even when I go out also, I order little. If I want more, I will order afterwards. But my idea or philosophy around this is I should never waste food. So this is so this gives me some sort of satisfaction, and you somewhat social media influence also, I would say. You know, a farmer is working hard, so we need to respect it. So whatever, this is the first rule which I always follow and I love to follow. Second is being punctual. I have told night 8 p.m. It is 8 p.m. It should not, even if it is 8 1, not accepted. So this is something I try to keep up with that time. So time management or being punctual, that is sort of rule I follow. And the third rule, which is consistency. Whatever I do, be it investing in stock market or anything, doing some physical workout, I have to do it consistently, because even if I don't do it like for 3 days or 4 days, I lose the motivation. After that, and I have faced it. Like for example, for physical exercise, it has been 4 5 years. I start 3 days with high motivation. I start cycling and all, but after 4 days, when I missed with the track records, I kind of lose it. So this is something I gained with experience. So I have noticed if I have to break rules, like as someone mentioned about Bhagavad Gita. After 2 consistent days, I should not break the pattern. It should be consistent. That 2 days, that's rule number 3, I would say. These are the 3 rules I follow. Thank you.
Thank you, Sri Krishna. Sometimes we overcomplicate things with a lot of deep-rooted or deep and wide ideas with regard to the rules that we want to follow. What I loved about the Sri Krishna, by the person that he is and the way his nature is the simplicity of the rules that he mentioned. Do not waste food. That's probably a very basic and simple rule, but something that he abides by and something that definitely makes a very big impact on your life. Keep it simple. Have a clarity on rule with no exceptions. Like you mentioned about the third point, no breaking consistency or not giving into things. Very simple rules, but hard to follow. But if you do them, I think it creates a very big impact on the way you live your life. Thank you, Sri Krishna, for that. Kazmi?
Yeah, sure. Rahul.
Over to you.
Yeah, so I mean, I am not prepared about the rules and everything, but what made me realize is the importance of having some principles and the rules that we should follow and stand by. And someone said that it makes you uh, look confident and be respected by others, how you're perceived by others, the perception management and others. So this has made me realize, and I will definitely, that's a takeaway for me from this session, to list down some rules, 3 or 5 rules that I want to live by. Or maybe I'm already doing that, but I am not aware of it, consciously doing. But one incident that I want to quote that has happened recently is there's a Numaish in Hyderabad exhibition. I wanted to visit that with my family. So I was coming from work early and I broke the rule. I was going wrong side. Suddenly a policeman stopped and I was like, my attitude was, you do the challan or whatever it is. And he did the challan. I came back. So I was breaking the rule for my own convenience, not for a greater good like ambulance or something. It was for my own convenience from the session. So while this session was happening, I was like, I have to now immediately pay that poor guy. He was doing his duty, and their rules are there for a reason. I mean, maybe I would have been late by just 2 or 3 minutes or 5 minutes. So that was a blunder that I did, and getting into argument with him, or having an attitude that what are those rules? I can break it. So that made me realize, and I kind of have been ignoring that. So after the session, I think it's one of the takeaway also to immediately pay that and to be cautious about those traffic rules. Thank you, Rahul.
Thank you, Kazmi. I'm going to use this recording and share it with the Hyderabad police that I have contributed, and they need to give me some salary for having the collection of challans being done. Thank you, Kazmi, for that wonderful thought. The entire idea of Speak Up Club in general, the way we work and the way we develop, I've always told it to the inner circle members, is the idea that each one of us, when we speak, we have a power. We have a power to create an impact. And today, when I listen to Kazmi saying that I would want to clear that challan, it talks about the impact that we all can have, not about me speaking something, but each one of you all sharing your ideas, sharing your thoughts. And it's not about public speaking per se. In Inner Circle, we have also told about this fact that we are not focused only on polishing your public speaking skills. It's about the idea and how effectively you can provide or how effectively you can deliver and create an impact in the way you speak. Whatever you speak, in the way you speak, you can create an impact. That's the focus or agenda of Inner Circle rather than only public speaking and polishing of public speaking skills. Because at the heart of it, you can only polish and create a diamond out of a stone that was meant to be a diamond. You can't polish something and say that this is what it is. The who you are as an individual is what comes to the fore with the polished skills that you're trying to develop. Without who you are, that polishing only showcases the hollowness of who you are as an individual. Thank you, Kazmi. Anyone else would like to share anything? Any thoughts that you would like to share about today's theme? Sankeet, you have not shared anything. Anything that you feel.
Yeah,
Hi, Vamsi. Good to see you here. Sankeet, go ahead.
yeah. One thing, timer. Fine. One thing which I usually follow is don't try to impress people. Like they're impressed, that's okay, but don't try to impress people. I can share an example. Uh, I used to try to impress people when I was studying in school, till class 12, I can say. When I was preparing for JEE, suddenly COVID has breakdown, and I came back to my home, and then I could realize I had more time to spend on myself. So in that time, I could realize that what am I actually doing? I used to be very fat, but everyone was okay with that. No one had a problem with that. Uh, some people are happy with how I look. Some people are not happy with how I look. Uh, till some extent, even my mom was happy with how I was looking, but after some extent, she also started calling me fat. You have become fat. Like earlier, also I was not that kind of thin, but in COVID, I gained so much weight. Then I understood that uh, we can't impress everyone for a long period of time. Even if we try to impress someone, we can't impress them for a long period of time. Then one thing I came to know that anyways, you can't impress everyone and every time. So you have to impress yourself for the first. So then, meanwhile, in the holidays, I also lost my motivation to crack JE, but somehow I cracked JE and got into NIT. That's another issue. So then after completing all the exams, I started going to the gym. That was solely for myself. No one motivated me to go to gym. No one has guided me. No one has taken me to the gym. I have gone myself. I've started working out. I used to be around the 99 or something. Then, uh, like there was no encouragement, but as well as there was no discouragement as well. So only one thing you can do is you have to be happy with yourself. And it's been 2.5 years or something. Now I'm currently at 72 or something. Yeah. And someone has just said that always be happy with how you look, how you are. But I don't think if we are too much satisfied about the way how we are, then I think the growth will stop for sure. If I see 72, according to my body mass index, it's still kind of obese. I still have to lose some weight. I'm kind of feeling healthy, but if I stop right there, then there's a chance that my weight may increase again and all. So yeah, this kind of the second rule: don't limit yourself. Like keep on trying, improve. Yeah, that's it. Those are the two rules I want.
Thank you, Sankeet. Sankeet, that was wonderful. Thank you for sharing your journey, and I think that's an inspiring one. Uh, Please join me in welcoming. We have Vamsi over here, Ziauddin, and Karthik. Ekta, you'd like to share something? Ekta, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Yep.
My connection is little poor, I think. I'm not sure I'm visible.
You're visible, you're
I
and
could not see a
audible.
lot of your videos.
You're
Okay.
visible and you're audible. If we find any challenge, I'll inform you to switch off your video. You can go ahead. If you'd like to share something, you
Okay.
can see Sri Krishna's timer. It'll start now. Yeah, over to you.
Okay, so there are few rules that I follow in my life. Not a lot of, because I'm not somebody who is very consistent with rules, but there are few principles that I do believe make me who I am. One basic is to give a little gratitude, just a thank you to anybody who goes out of the way to help me. Be it a stranger serving me a cup of coffee or my mother serving me a roti. Anybody who helps me in any way, I make sure I put out a thank you. I've been made fun of it a lot by my siblings when we go out shopping. Even if I'm not buying something and I say thank you, my sibling is like, "Why do you have to do that always?" But I make sure that I do it because they are there serving for us. The other one is I am an interior designer by profession and I have to travel a lot. I make sure that my location is always there with somebody. in my circle, my siblings, my friends, my parents, anybody, they have my location at any point of time when I'm traveling for work. The other rule is I used to read a lot, which I had stopped doing. But since joining Toastmaster, I have been part of this community, the reading community, and I make sure I read a few pages every night with them. Even if I'm not joining the meeting, the community, I make sure that I read a few pages or just an article, anything before I sleep. So these are few things that I follow in my life, and yeah, that's about it.
Thank you, Ekta. Thank you, Ekta. She's joining us from Nepal. And that was some wonderful, simple, I would say simple rules, hard to follow on a consistent basis, but yet you're doing it and it does reap its own benefits. Thank you. And with that, Vamsi and Ziauddin, is this Ziauddin sir?
Hello, sir. I'm Ahmed Yunus.
Oh, I'm Ahmedul Nisa. How are you? Good to see you here. Vamsi, okay, here for the people who have joined late, we are left with another 10 minutes of the meeting. What we are talking about is what's your constitution, is basically what are the rules or what are the principles that you believe in your life and something that has helped you make your life better. If you'd like to share something, the stage is yours now. Who's coming up? Karthik, you'd like to share something? Vamsi, go ahead. Vamsi first and then I'll come back to Karthik. Is that okay?
Sure. That's totally fine.
Vamsi, go ahead.
Thanks for the opportunity, Rahul. So one thing I always keep in my mind is when I am speaking to someone in a new place or somewhere with new audience, and I want to explain a certain kind of concept to them, I always keep in my mind two things. That is, first, there is always someone in the audience who doesn't know anything about the concept I am teaching. Second, there is someone way professional. I am at the basics level compared to that person. So I need to satisfy both of them. Only then I am successful in my presentation. And while preparing, one thing I always remember is I have to ensure if I am teaching other, I should become expert in that. Now we can't be done it in a single day. So I have to ensure, I always imagine I am an ordinary person now. Now what is that something I need to do to make my presentation extraordinary? A little bit of push on that, definitely things will come into our bucket. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you, Vamsi. That's a lesson for all of us, possibly a good takeaway of 2 tips of how you can improve your communication or how you can become a better version with regard to the things that you are doing. Talk like you're talking to both the versions, above you, below you. And while you're talking, always remember how can you become an expert. The focus should always be at getting better and getting focused and building yourself up in that skill that you're learning. Let's move to Karthik now. After that, if we have Unisa, you'd like to share something, you'll be the last one, and then we'll come to the close of this meeting. Karthik, over to you.
Sure, sir. Thanks for the opportunity. So one has to be one has to plan whatever goal he has, and he has to be consistent in working for that. So these two things, I feel that it helps. It is versatile. It is a versatile solution. Like it helps in every field and with every person. So that is for now, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Karthik. Wonderful, simple, and straightforward. Focus on it, and I think you just need to keep going. One second. With that, okay, somebody has just chatted me something. Just let me read that. Okay, for everyone's context, again, the session that is happening today is basically Inner Circle is a community which is now, unlike in the past, which happened for 2020 to 2022, where it was open for all and we are doing sessions open for all. Inner Circle is a community where it's a paid member group now. But because of our commitment to continue the Speak Up Club Connect and the family that we built over those 2 years and 3 years, we wanted to keep this fourth Friday of every month open to all so that you all can come, we can connect like a family that we were in the past, connect and on an open mic theme, we all can share our thoughts and build our ideas. And that's what we wanted to build and continue the tradition that we had for a lot of time. While the members only focus on developing, on focusing and focus skill that we focus on in the inner circle sessions, which are member only. That's how the format of the session, format of this club as of now is. Yes, you can go ahead, Unisa. Unisa, are you there? Unisa, if you're speaking, you're on mute. Okay, you'll speak, but there's nobody else left to speak. You're the only one who's left now. Okay, she's chatting with me on the chat, so I'm just responding here. Okay, so it's 9 o'clock now. Unisa, this is your chance, or we'll come to the close for this meeting. Just to present of what we are doing in the inner circle right now with the Speak Up Club Mastery Program. We have these sessions every Friday at 8 p.m., wherein we focus on one theme, which is done by a host. One of the members has a theme for that meeting, which he announces 1 week before. And all the members of the community who are there as members present a 2-minute speech on that theme, while each member presents on the theme. So it's not a fixed topic as such, but the theme is there so that we have a focused idea on building the content or building or learning about something, like we are doing it today about rules. It is focused on that theme, that every member presents a 2-minute speech on that theme. And then right there, they get a feedback on the quality of their speech. We have every member delivering a speech and every member getting a feedback right then and there towards the last 15 minutes of the segment of the meeting, where we have something called as a learning bite. In that segment, where I come into the picture and share one specific skill development that can be done in your public speaking or communication skills, and that becomes a focus area for development over the next week. We have a few activities or games which we do in the WhatsApp group through the week as a follow-up. And next week's speech, again, theme can be anything. Next week's speech, the focus of feedback or evaluation is what you have learned about this learning bite specifically. So in that ways, our learning methodology is focusing on one thing at a time and developing that. Over the last 6 weeks, we have had sessions on speech purpose. We have had sessions on how can you begin a speech? How can you close a speech? What are the different kinds of styles in which you can organize your speech? Last week, we had a theme about how to get to the point. How can we speak in a crisp way? Something that we speak for 2 minutes or 3 minutes, can we make that into 1 minute? What are the skill sets that are required and how can we develop that? So these are a few things that we have learned and we are doing, and we are going to continue this thing in the next meeting with the members only, where we are going to learn one specific thing and all of us are going to deliver a 2-minute speech. So it's not going to be a lot of preparation and all the things that comes into the picture, but yet you're getting a stage time, you're getting an opportunity to speak and develop and listen to others and learn in the process. And also have that small segment where you're specifically learning about one element which you're going to develop over a period of time, rather than having everything about public speaking in general being taught and given a feedback about. We focus on one specific skill and we develop that. That's how the format of Inner Circle Speak Up Club Mastery Program, which is going on right now, that's how it is. And we have a few members whoso has written ICM_, they're the current members of the club, and they are the ones who can talk to you or share with you any of their experiences. With that, we come Ahmedunisa, if you have, I've spoken now. If you want to speak now, you can speak. Or we'll come to the end of this meeting. Anyone
Sir,
like?
yes,
Yes, go
sorry,
ahead.
I will speak next meeting.
No issues, no issues. So for the members, the next meeting is next Friday. For, like I told, the commitment to the Speak Up Club family or the tradition that we have started continues. The next meeting, open meeting for all the members who are, all the guests who are not members of the Inner Circle, will be the 4th Friday of the next month again. So that's the update for you all. We'll be sharing the theme of that meeting. And again, like today, we have had different ideas, different perspectives being shared about the rules that govern our life. The constitution of your life is what you have shared today. And we all have been enriched from the perspectives and the lessons that you all have shared. Thank you for that. And with that, we come to an end for today's session. Anyone would like to share anything about today's session or anything that you would like to share? We are open to it now. After that, we'll stop the recording, and then we can stay back for the networking. Anyone would like to share anything? The members or anything that you would like to share? Are we there?
Can I share?
Yes, Sankeet, go ahead.
Yeah, I just found this meeting while I was randomly scrolling Facebook. I found the theme interesting and I decided to join. By joining this, I came to know about the views of people of different ages. I think there's no one of my age in this meet, but there are
Why do you
few
think
people
I'm not
from
that old?
different ages.
Sankeet, I'm not that old. You're just feeling it. Okay.
Is there
The
any
beauty
college
of the
student?
community.
Is there
The
any
beauty of
college
this.
student in the meet?
No, I'm attending a college yet.
Oh,
The beauty of this community is that we have had people who are okay, they might not have spoken that much. We have had people who were of the age 8 and someone who has been of the age of 75, 76 also. And that's the beauty of the community that we have built over the years, where different people, different professions, different experiences, different lives that people have lived, different countries, different perspectives is what this platform has been made. And like I've always told in the past also, this is not my community. This is a community that all of us together have built, and we cherish meeting like this and listening to perspectives and becoming better versions by understanding and listening to different versions. Today, when I listen to your story about 99 to 72, not for me. I have a suggestion for my wife. So something that she can do from your story. Let's see what can be done. But we get perspectives. That's the beauty of this platform. And this is something that our commitment stays of this being open for every fourth Friday of the month, where we all can connect and we all can stay. If you're interested in building your skills, building and becoming a member, do connect with me. I'll be more than happy to share with you the details. Yes, Sankeet, I'm sorry to cut you off in between. Sankeet?
Like there are people from, hello. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, there are people from different ages. So by their experiences, I have learned many such things in today's meet. Everything, they have more experience than me, so I have learned things from them.
Thank you, Sankeet. Anyone else would like to share a feedback? Anything that you felt about the meeting today, or anything that you'd like to share?
Yeah.
Madhu, go ahead.
Yeah, maybe everyone shared 3 to 4 rules, but actually altogether, if you noticed it, many people shared 2 to 3, but without knowing it, we are also following it. But the point is, as Sri Krishna mentioned, whether we are consistent or not, that is the only thing, and whether that's a part of our what we call as a principle, whether I want to do in my own, not for the sake of others, but I love to hear different perspectives. So some of them are very small, but as Sri Krishna mentioned, not wasting the food. Definitely, small but very valuable things like that. Thank you.
Thank you, Madhu. Anyone else? One more before we close.
Yeah.
Rabia, go ahead. After that, Ellen. Rabia, go ahead. Jai Hind.
Yeah. The thing what I have learned here, the thing is, how are we supposed to follow the rules? Everyone follow the rules, irrespective of thinking of what the people think about or not. And we follow the rules, we break the rules, or we make the rules. And how are we going to follow the rules? These are the things which still in dilemma, I can say, because we follow, but most of the time we do not. So it depends upon the circumstances. I cannot say that why we do not and why we should, but rules are meant to be for the comfort and not for the discomfort. That is the only thing I can say. Thank you.
I would want to beg to differ on that, but yeah, that's for another session that we'll have. But yes, I saw Ekta raising your hand. Ekta?
Yes, it was such a positive, the vibe in this group was so positive today. When I started the meeting, when we started the meeting and you started talking about Republic, I was quite nervous because I'm not very well aware about the Republic Day because I have been brought up in Nepal. So I was thinking, what am I going to talk about if I'm asked to talk about? So the way the meeting turned out to be such a different theme altogether, it was such a nice change, and the entire community seems very positive. So thank you for having me here, Toastmaster Rahul.
Thank you, Ekta. Yep, we recently connected. Ekta is from Toastmasters from Nepal, and we have recently connected. So that's where the invite to her went in. Yes, one person, someone, Ellen, you unmuted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We used to create rules. Someone follow, someone break. So those things, I got lot of idea how we can break, how can I know how it can create, but how break and follow. So that we had. Thank you.
Thank you, Ellen. I think it's 9:10 now. Thank you, everyone. It's been a long time that I've laughed so much. I've experienced different perspectives like this. We do have our close-knit circle in the member-only family that we have, but having this kind of an open session where we have a lot of people, new perspectives, new fresh ideas, fresh faces, and something that you all bring into the picture on these fourth Fridays. Looking forward to seeing you all again on fourth Fridays. If you're interested in the inner circle membership or want more details about what we're doing in the inner circle, the kind of programs that we are having, you can get in touch with me. If you don't have the connect, Sankeet, if you got it through Facebook, wherever you got it, if you don't have it, I have a link that I'm sharing in the chat over here, and you can get in touch with us if you're interested. Else, please join the Speaker Club WhatsApp group. Stay connected with us. Whatever events or anything that we do, like today's session also was posted on that group WhatsApp group. So that is only, it's a no nonsense group, and we'll be sharing only the details of the programs that we have. No forwards, no generic messages which or good morning, good night messages goes there. So it'll be a very close silent group. Only when there's an event happening, it will be posted over there. You can stay connected with us over there. With that, signing off, Speaker Club Inner Circles, fourth open Friday, fourth Friday of the month, which is open. Thank you for being here and sharing all the love that you shared today. Thank you.